I'm doing the music. I, eventually became an audio engineer. I worked for Bad Boy Music at Daddy's house. You know what I mean? So I was working on records with G Dep, Shine. Shout out to Shine. Salute Shine. I love Shine. Shine is a special artist. Sherry Dennis, 112, like, J Lo. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, the wind is gone. But and then eventually going on to like working at Chunk King. You know what I'm saying, with Swiss Beats, Nori, like everybody, Angie Stone, like you know what I mean, Babyface, and so you know what I'm saying, like in '99, cause so all right. So I'm working at Chunk King 2001. Dead Prez. I was working with Dead Prez in 2001 at Chunk King Studios when the 9/11 happened. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I was supposed to work that Monday. You know what I'm saying? That Sunday night and going into Monday. But it was like, yo, I had been exhausted. Like, Dead Prez, they worked hard and long hours. I was exhausted. Couldn't go in. You know what I'm saying? So they got somebody else to do it. But then, you know what I mean, like life changed after that. You know what I'm saying? Like New York changed. It was different. It wasn't sexy anymore. Like, New York just was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, you thinking about Bible prophecies, and, you know what I mean, and collapse and all of that. It just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I stopped doing the engineering and focused on production. Now I know how they make records. You know what I'm saying? So now let me learn, like get some artists. You know what I mean? Master doing beats. And so, and me and Divine was, Divine had a studio in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I was, did work, in his studio for about a year. And it's like we just couldn't catch no momentum because the game was different at that time. At that time, you had to go to like basically you had to go to the white man at some point. You know what I mean? For distribution, manufacturing, or something. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I came back to Jersey. DJ Cheese was just getting home from, prison, doing a bid. You know what I mean? We linked up. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had the plan. You know what I'm saying? And he had the name. You know what I mean? And I've always been like, you know what I mean, like in the cut. Like I don't want to be like, and trust me, all of this is unnatural for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just for me to get to the next level, I gotta come out of my comfort zone and do things that I'm not comfortable with. And this is part of it. Because when you're working behind somebody, you're at the mercy of them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my career to be, in the hands of somebody else. I'm going to take full control, even if I got to get out here. And instead of having an artist with the hot record and showing them what to do and guiding their career, no. It's better for me to be an example. I was supposed to do a podcast with interviewing another artist today, and that fell through. You know what I mean? So instead of collapsing today, I'm sitting here in front of the mic. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the God Divine, he's the one who, when I was an intern at Giant, he would come in after the studio, after the session, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the artist is leaving, we could work in the studio. So he would come into the studio and record. So that's how I learned how to make beats and engineer and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I refined it. So by 1999, Cheech came home, and it was like, let's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yo, God, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like we've been friends since 17. You know what I'm saying? So like by 99, that's 10 years, you know what I mean? Or so later. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, I know some shit about the game, God. Because he was making records. DJ Cheese was making records. You know what I mean? Like he's like a big brother to me. He's about a year and a half older than me. Like I say, he was in my class with my older sister. So he was making records. He had records like King Kut, Coast to Coast. You know what I mean? And he did a lot of music. Sun City. You know what I mean? Scratching. Run DMC was talking about him, and here we go when you talk about the DJ from the Valley Below. You know what I mean? He was well known. Duke Booty was his manager, who I'm not even going to get into that because Duke Booty returned to the Essence, so I'm not going to say nothing negative. But he didn't get his just due, and he didn't, he was like, anyway. So when he came home, it was like, all right, so with God, if I give him this information that I know, that's going to take his thing to another level. So we started doing mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, overseeing it because I know how to produce records now. You know what I'm saying? So we making the mixtapes, but it's like it's his ear. Like he doing like his thing, and I'm like cutting and doing blends together and all of that, DJ and all of that. And then what I would do is I would record artists and then mix them into the like doing beats and then record like True Saviour. Shout out to the God True Saviour. He returned to the Essence a few years back, so rest in power to the God. We had him from Brooklyn. I met him through Divine. So when I came back to Plainfield, like, like niggas already knew, like once I fuck with a nigga, they like, yo, he know what he doing. Like, yo, G, what you need? And you know what I mean? And so that's what it was with Sage. So he was in Plainfield living. We had a house on 1655 West 2nd Street, across from Rufus Demolition. We had a studio. You know what I mean? In the basement, house and everything. So we was like, you know what I mean? Recording, making, hot things. But like I said, at that time, you had to take your material to a white person, you know what I mean? And they gotta love it and take it, you know what I mean? Take it to the next level. So I did that. So I was started making tapes. Cheese caught another bid, another conspiracy. It wasn't conspiracy charge, but he was, he just caught another bid. Fucked the whole business up. So anyway, that's why I say, yo, that like the making records and that street shit do not go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so so I think he caught the bid around 2002, something like that. So now I got to figure out, you know what I mean, like what to focus on. So I started, you know what I mean, like, you know, um, doing a whole bunch of projects, you know what I'm saying? But nothing that took off. But I did some, engineering with some great artists and working and building and learning more. So, but what happened is I was keeping in touch with Doug Pell, and in 2004, you know what I mean? He told me, he said, "Yo, master branding, learn everything you know about branding." So from 2004 to 2007, I'm studying, going to the library. Because like I said, like at that time, 2007, 2004, it wasn't like now where you can just Google everything. You know what I mean? Not, at least I didn't know how to do it. So I go to the library, you know what I mean, and all of that, study about marketing, businesses. Because I always was able to like incorporate a business and all of that, but I didn't understand the marketing. You know what I'm saying? So I was studying the marketing. So
P Funk City G.